Welcome today, website must-haves and SEO, and 5 SEO mistakes to avoid. This is the SEO roadmap, the journey that we've been taking throughout these coaching sessions. I know there's many of you here today who are new to SEO and new to these coaching sessions. I highly recommend going back to the YouTube channel and revisiting some of these sessions. Okay, so let's get started with our common SEO mistakes to avoid. So one of a really common mistake is blogging without a strategy. A common misconception is just by blogging alone, that will help you rise to the top of the Google search results. And there might be a minuscule bit of truth in the sense that by adding new content, Google's bots will be encouraged to index your website, so to crawl your website. But really, without a strategy, without doing your keyword research, without integrating this SEO strategy with your content generation and your blogging strategies, your website will just stay put. So we don't want to blog for the sake of it. We want to blog to create useful content for our ideal customers. So, and I thought it would be useful to have a look at some blogging best practices when you are doing this. So we've got two types of blogs. We've got a blog for SEO. So this is a blog where you are using keywords, and it's part of this topic cluster strategy, pillar page topic cluster strategy. That will sound like jargon at the moment, but if you revisit some of my previous lessons, all will be explained. But it's an advanced SEO practice, but well worthwhile. So that's what we use our SEO blogs. And then we've just got blogs to inform. So blogs that are created to engage and inform our ideal customers. So there's two types of blogs there, both really valuable. Blog length, minimum 300 words. What I recommend doing, if you've got a topic that you're blogging on, so it could be a keyword, it could be just a blog topic, do a Google search around that topic and see what your competitors are writing about. See how long their blog is. If it's particularly long, you'll need to match that if you want to have a chance in beating them in the search results. So, anything from 300 words is okay, but just do a little bit of research on the topic and see what other people are doing. When you're creating your SEO blogs, it's really important to have some internal and external links. So the internal links will be linking back to either your other pages in your website. So it helps with navigation. It also helps Google understand what this particular SEO blog is about. And then part of that SEO blog formula is to have an external link. So you could use reviews, say import some reviews from Google and link back to that Google review section as well. So whatever, it could be you might have quoted someone in your blog, and then you could link back to their website. So it's just important, it ticks the algorithm box to have this external linking. Then we've got keywords. So again, this is for SEO blogs, not for just your regular blogs to inform. So it's important to add your keywords in your alt text in your images. So when you're uploading your images to your blog, make sure you've optimized them so they're not huge, but when you're uploading them, that you'll be prompted to add something to alt text. So this is where you put your keywords. If you're not optimizing for SEO, you could also put a description in that alt text, and this helps visually impaired people understand what those images are about. If they're reading the page with a page reader, it gives them a broader picture of what this page is about. So it makes your website more accessible. And then also we want to make sure that your title tags and meta description include keywords for SEO blogs or the blogs that are just to inform. Make sure they've got titles. You want your entire website to have unique page titles and meta descriptions. Now, some of you mightn't be aware of what they are, so we'll cover that now, and it brings us to our mistake number 2, not optimizing our title tags and meta description. So this is a title tag, and as is this, and this part is the meta description. This company has a keyword. So if I'm optimizing for an SEO page, I would put a keyword in the title, and then typically I put the brand name after that. But in this case, the keyword is the brand name, so that's why they've got this, and then they've just got a snappy sales pitch there. This is the meta title and meta description. It's an opportunity to sell what this page is about, so to encourage people to click through. So we want this to be really well written, and we make sure that there's a character limit for here, which is 50 characters for the page title and about 120 characters for the meta description there. So just always follow that formula, otherwise it will be cut off on certain views. So make sure you go through and optimize every page on your website and make sure that these page titles and meta descriptions are unique. Mistake number 3, not optimizing for local search. Many of you will have come across Google My Business. Hopefully you will have it set up. Google My Business is a free tool from Google. It's your Google listing. It's that Google platform that controls how your business is displayed in Google Maps. So where you've got the images, the reviews, the business hours, and so on. And it also controls the local search results. So those business categories that you've added into Google My Business, this is where they display in those local search results. So really make sure that your Google listing is up to date. You might have set it up ages ago when you first set up your business and have not revisited it. So go in and see if it's 100% optimized. And add new images to it. Make sure you're responding to reviews. You can also see keywords that people are searching for in Google My Business. So it's really important for your local search to keep that up to date as well. Another tip for local search that people don't think to use is using regional keywords in your when you're using your keyword optimization in your keyword theme. So for example, you might have a plumber's business in Surfers Paradise. So there you've got the suburb name, but also this particular plumber services the entire Gold Coast. So you want to make sure you've got plumber Gold Coast, plumber Surfers Paradise optimized on your website. So make good use of those regional keywords, and please always do your keyword research. Don't just assume that there is search volume for a particular keyword. So because without doing it, you don't know exactly, what the search volume is. So it's really a worthwhile investment of your time, to do that. Include your business name, address, and phone number in the footer of your website. And it should be in exactly the same format as your Google My Business, how your name, address, and phone number is displayed in Google My Business. And this again helps with your search results for local search. And just a little, another tip here, if you're adding your business details to anywhere on the internet, make sure that it's identical. So identical to the layout of Google My Business. That's really important. It's again, it's a factor in Google's algorithm. Another way you can optimize your local search, you can list yourself in local directories. So Yellow Pages, True Local, Hot Frog. You can also, your industry might have a particular listing as well. So just look for those opportunities where you can add your business details. And that all contributes to helping with your local search results. Okay, so mistake number 4, using duplicate content. So when we're adding content to a website, it must be completely unique. It can't be cut and paste from another website. Google would see that as plagiarism and would not rank it, would not rank that particular page. So you're really not doing yourself any favors. So always make sure you're adding unique content to your website. And this goes for internal pages as well. We want to make sure that the internal pages all have unique content on it. This can be an issue, for example, if you're a business with multiple locations and you might have created a location page for each of your locations, duplicated each page, and then just changed the suburb name. Google will see that as duplicate content. So what you have to do is actually rewrite some of that content on those location pages to make sure it's completely unique, and then Google will start ranking them. So yeah, Google won't show identical information in its search results. And our 5th and final mistake to avoid is thin content. So this is content that is fairly useless to your ideal customer. It's not providing any value at all. So this can be poorly written pages and low quality images. If you struggle with copywriting, I highly recommend engaging a copywriter. If you don't have the budget to have a copywriter write your entire website, what you could do is actually hire their services, even if it's just for a couple of hours, to do some editing on your website. So you could do a whole brain dump of your ideas and then get them to edit. So that can be a way to add quality copy to your website. Another example of thin content is when pages have little information or low word count. And this, I often see this, and I'm guilty of it myself. I'll be rushing to add something to my website and think, oh, I'll just pop in, a sentence and an image, and I'll go back to it. And then I forget. So it's really important, if you're going to be adding content, then make sure it's rich and in depth. And as we discussed before, at least 300 words per page. And if you're using images, add great images. That's an investment in your website. That would be a sort of deal breaker for me. If you're having low quality images on your website, it creates a poor user experience, and the user experience is also part of the Google algorithm. So you want to have, if your website gives a poor user experience, then Google picks up on that. So make sure your content is rich and in depth. Okay, so that is the end of our mistakes, common mistakes in SEO. So your homework is to carry out an SEO audit on your website and see if you can identify any of those 5 SEO mistakes. And once you've done that, if you've got errors, make a list and set about fixing them. You probably don't have the time to sit down and do, all your title tags and meta description in one sitting, but put a list together, add a note in your diary once a week to dedicate an hour to fixing these SEO mistakes. So good luck with that. All right, everyone, it's been lovely to meet you and spend time with you, and I'll say goodbye for now. Bye-bye.